Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy day, happy Wednesday. You notice the background's different. I am on my vacation. I could I just couldn't. I couldn't miss Melissa Kim Corter being here with me. So I'm doing it. It is beautiful outside. It's wonderful. I'm so excited. You know how I operate. I'm gonna just chat for another 2 minutes till everybody gets on here because we're on Greek time. And I'm just so excited. And let's say hello, and then I'll introduce Melissa and get ready to manifest, guys. Get ready to manifest. So Karen, hello, Karen. Priscilla, oh my God, hi. Julie, thank you, Julie. Hello, Chris. Megan, good to see you. David, good to see you. Welcome to Washington. Thank you so much. Mary Love, look at the beautiful butterflies, Mary Love. And Sue, well, so glad. I know it's a mitzvah. I can't even tell you. I'm so excited. So guys, oh, and Lindsay, good evening. Thank you for joining. So glad that you're here. That's a great picture, Lindsay, of you and your dad. God bless him. God bless his soul. That's a beautiful picture, honey. So sweet. So here we are. Come on in. Say hello. Tell us that you're here. And this is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about is manifesting. And look what we're doing it. We're doing it during April. It's spring into action. So I'm super, super excited. Now, I can't tell you everything that's coming on like I normally do because I don't have my calendar in front of me because I'm on vacation. So hello, April and Bogdan. Hello, all the way from Romania. And Stephanie, good to see you, my friend. I hope that helped what the information that I gave you. So, yep, 5:03 on the dot, just like good clockwork. So, here's what I want to tell you. I got the honor, truly the honor, and the privilege to meet this lady next to me right here. And so Melissa and I met at Celebrate Your Life event. And not only is Melissa talented, not only is she a wonderful coach and energy work and her classes and everything and I'll let her talk about that stuff. But so when I won Celebrate Your Life, I met her here in Skamania and I introduced myself because Liz said in the speaker program, go up to people, introduce yourself, let them know who you are. And I was thinking like, oh my God, everyone's watching me. Everyone's watching me because I was one of the people to, possibly win. And when I won in Sedona, Melissa came up to me. She congratulated me. She said, you're going to be fine. She goes, I love that color purple on you. I said, oh, thank you. And she took a picture of my friend Cammie and I. It was a really great picture. And I have to tell you, you made me feel so comfortable. I know you weren't feeling well during that time. And I think you had a cold or something going on. And what you did was you held energy, you held space for me. And when I would look out, when I was talking, you were snapshotting, taking pictures, I felt just calmer. There was like, it's almost like, and I'm being honest here, it felt like you held the room because the camera does so much and people I don't think really know that. So anyway, without further ado, my friend Melissa Corter, I'm so glad to have you here. And do you want to tell people, let me just say hello a little bit, and we'll say hi. You're cute, Priscilla. Susan, hey, Susan. Ellen Jane, thank you. Ohio's cold. It's not cold here, it's 75. Hello, Stephanie, thank you, first time here. Welcome. How did you find out about us? Jeanette Taylor. Oh my God, he good. Thanks. You're cute. Apparently, vacation agrees with you. Look happy. I love it here, guys. It's just like so peaceful. I can't tell you when I was driving in from the airport, the mountains and the water. they gave me a Wrangler Jeep for my rental. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know, so that's going to go back tomorrow, but it was really cool. And this is Melissa's website, guys. Thank you, Priscilla.
Oh, thank
Here is her Facebook. Thank you, Priscilla. Hey, Mo. Good to see you. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you as well. And hi to you both. Thank you. Pat Johnson. Thank you. Today's snow was not funny. Oh, my gosh. Hello, Melissa. Was introduced from a friend. She talked very highly of you. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Katie Trotter. Hey, Katie Trotter. I did really good today, Katie Trotter. With a delicious salad for lunch. Nan, good evening. Brenda, long time no see. Thank you. I'm going to have the best time ever. I'm so excited. Can't even tell you. All right. Blah, blah, blah for me. Melissa, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Oh, first of all, I'm so happy to be here with you. You are seriously one of my favorite people. Your energy, I came up to you that day because of, well, first of all, I did want to congratulate you, but you also have a very warm presence. So you're so approachable and kind. And that's what I felt from you the second I met you. So it just was easy. You made it easy, which is wonderful. And that's how I see you. I just feel you're a very kind, compassionate person. So I'm grateful to be here. And my name's Melissa Kim Corter. I do lots of different things, as we were kind of talking about. One of my favorite things to do with people is to help them break through what I call their emotional and financial glass ceilings. We talk about manifesting, we talk about money, prosperity. Really, it comes down to feeling like we're good enough. And so that's what I feel like my role is for a lot of people, is to help them hold that space, to be able to see that and discover that within themselves so they can start to thrive versus simply just settle, which a lot of us tend to do.
And you do it with such finesse. And if you don't mind sharing just a little bit, it's because I think that whenever you're a life coach, whenever you do this work, whenever you are of service, I think what happens is just a small piece happens to us. So then we can then shift ourselves and then teach it. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I feel like everything I offer and support people with comes from sort of being like the guinea pig and putting myself through it first, whether it's a challenge, obstacle, or something that we face and walk through. And that it's kind of like the hero's journey. You go through whatever challenge it is. And once you kind of get on the other side of that and learn some things, you can't help but want to share that to help other people to avoid the pitfalls, to understand there's different ways to do things. It doesn't have to be so hard or painful.
Right. And what would you say? So my theme for April is spring into action. And, I know, and that part of manifesting is not this, guys, and watch this. I see it coming. I know it's coming up. It's coming home. I see it. I see it. Where is it?
Right. They got it because they showed up.
So what happened? We have to step into action for this. And I think people, what I find, and please add to this, what I find is someone might say, I want a new car. Oh, I can't afford it, but I want that new car.
Right.
So we've just canceled it by putting out there what we want. Do you remember Gina Hatsis?
Yes, I love her.
Okay. Gina Hatsis, and I've told you guys this before, but Gina Hatsis had this great story when she was on with me. She was on earlier, but the first time she was on, she said, I met this friend and we went for lunch. And she's like, what's going on? She's like, girl, I met this new man. And Gina's like, really? Tell me about him. She said, oh, he's beautiful and he's kind and he's loving. He opens a door for me. He brings me flowers. My family loves him. My friends love him. I get along so well with his family. We go on these short little vacations. There isn't anything that he wouldn't do for me. He treats me like a princess. And she's like, girl, that's amazing. She goes, show me his picture. She said, oh, I haven't met him yet.
I love that.
That's
so good.
it's that feeling that you get
Yes.
in to it as if it's happening, as if it's happening. And I would love to hear what well, first of all, you have classes coming up, no? With
I have so many things going on all the time. We have a free challenge coming up, which is about connecting with your inner mystic. So I'll be happy to share that link with you guys too. Yeah, so you can go there and find it. But yeah, it'll be a 3-day journey, and we'll be able to really tap into your deeper desires of what you want. Sometimes they're hidden from ourselves. We don't even always know what we want. So we're going to explore that together for 3 days.
Awesome. 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 So tell people a little bit, because I think we all, when you think about any motivational speaker, anybody that does the work that we do, our message is the same, but our take on it is a little bit different. What would you say is the key to manifestation?
Oh, it's such a big concept, but it's also so simple at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's what you started talking about, where we can't necessarily sit back and wait, but there is a balance between going for what you want, defining what you want, and finding that place of detachment with it too. For me, it's been a practice of trusting the outcome, listening to my intuition, because if I want something, if I want to create something, whether it's like you said, a car, a home, an experience for myself, if I am nurturing that with healthy thoughts, positive thoughts, there
Right.
also comes a time when I have to kind of step back a little bit to give it space, but I can still be inspired and show up in other ways instead of just waiting, like, why isn't it here? Why isn't it here? Why isn't it showing up for me? I feel like for each of us, it's a little different in how much we want to visualize and feel into it. But for me personally, I like putting myself in the energy of what I want to create. If I haven't done it yet before, I look for other people that have, and I start to think, what are they doing? What would that feel like? If I were to put myself right in the middle of the experience, how would I show up if I had it now versus the wanting and the waiting? Does it make sense to say it that way?
It does. And I would add also the part that people punish themselves
Oh, yeah.
in that. It's like, well, so here's an example, everybody. So Melissa's going to Hawaii, and I'm really excited for her to go to Hawaii. But well, I'm not excited. Let's just say I'm not excited. She's going to Hawaii, and normally I'd be like, why is she going to Hawaii? I'm so jealous that she's going to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. Instead of sitting in that, sit with this. Oh my God, Melissa, you're going to Hawaii. That's amazing. I can't wait till you go to Hawaii. I can't wait till I go to Hawaii as well. I bet you the beaches are this, and the food is this, and coconut this, and coconut that, and coconut fried shrimp, and coconut everything, and coconut, yeah, whatever. Because I'm a little coconut. But it's bringing that energy, like you said. I am diving my energy into your energy, into that experience, and saying, so I say this all the time. When I say yes to myself, the universe says yes back.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's important.
Yeah.
It is so important.
I think we're like proximity, right? Like proximity to things. I have to share something that just popped into my head. I was working with somebody recently, and there was a number that they wanted to create for themselves. They just in their business, there was a number that they wanted to achieve for a dollar amount, and they were doing the work. They were feeling the energy and putting themselves in the experience and doing exactly what you just said, which was sharing, oh, it's going to feel so good, and I'm so excited about this. And then their spouse got the dollar amount they wanted. And there was a little bit of like, I'm really happy for them, and I wanted this. And when we kind of tuned in and looked at what was going on, we realized that they were still in proximity to what they wanted, but it followed the path of least resistance. Their partner just happened to be more open to receiving, more in alignment, more, not that one was more deserving than the other, but this individual still had some work to do with, can I really do that? Can I really let it in? Whereas the partner, it was like, done. So they let it in. So sometimes proximity, it can be easy to get jealous when we see things showing up for other people when we're really trying to cultivate it or manifest. But no, you're in proximity to what you want. You're that much closer that the signs are showing up for you. That's the way I like to think of it now.
And that makes sense. That makes sense because if we see, so here's what we talk about, like in my empowerment circles, we talk about the comfort zone. If we stay in here, that's where we're just operating from. And guys, when you push yourself, remember when you're little and you got growing pains? It's a challenge. So when you push yourself, like honestly, truly, and I'm going to be so vulnerable, I was a little nervous coming here, but everything fell in line. Everything fell in line. There was a discount for the room. I used my AARP for the rental car. I got a couple new clients. Everything was like, yes, 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 yes. And I'm like, oh my God, what about the dogs? Oh my God, I'm so nervous about the dog. Oh my God. And then the universe was like, So then they said to me, oh, we don't have the dogs on for the schedule. I said, what? We changed the date from March to April. Oh, we don't have them here. Oh my God, you've got to get them in. I'm like, you're the only place that I go to. And she said, well, we can't fit them out. I'm like, well, they both can fit in the same kennel. And as long as you're like, it's a big enough kennel. Oh, like a kennel that they're here when they're here? Yeah. Oh, I could do that. Ugh. If there's a bigger kennel, we'll put them in that. And I said, they have to be together. As long as they're together, it's all good. Let me see what people are saying. Julie says, hello, Rachel. Good to see you. And Julie, God is everywhere in Hawaii. Amen to that. Yes. Hello, Irma. Priscilla says, so happy your cat came back. Rita Faye, how are you doing? We're doing well. Thank you for asking. So what would you say, Melissa, is the hardest thing about manifesting?
When we are attached to how we think it should happen. I feel like we can get really caught up in, well, if I want this thing, because my human self can only sort of create or understand these ways that it can come in. I feel like we get really hyper-focused in only those ways. But actually, even in the description that you just gave, yes, you had the obstacle of the dogs, right? But another part of you said, what if though? What if we put them in the same kennel? Now it opened up more opportunity. So it might not have been ideal, like your first way of doing it, but it ended up with the result that you really wanted. So I think if we can detach from how something can come in and reach us, it just lessens that resistance, and it really can expand us into receiving in ways that are also more aligned, that we might not even realize would serve us better than what we actually wanted. So I think letting go of how is a really big piece of it for people.
Yeah. And letting go of the outcome.
Yeah.
Because if we know that God's spirit universe is really, truly giving us things for our highest good, then why do we have the doubt?
Right.
I doubted because come on, where's it going? What's happening? We want it right away. Or we do the boo-hoo thing.
Yeah.
So we tend to become our own victim and our own martyr and our own villain.
Yeah.
Instead of stepping up into a leadership place and going, I've got this. And I know they've got it too. So it's so important. So important. How about this? Because I know we didn't really, you and I are really great at shooting from the hip. So do we want to open it up for a couple questions and then go back for a little dialogue?
Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely. I'm all yours. This is fun. This is my favorite thing to do.
I adore you. I hope you know that. Guys, this is a talented woman. And I love also your background too. And people might not know your educational background.
I'm working on it. I'm in school right now. Did I tell you I went back to school? I'm working on my doctorate right now.
In psychology, no?
Oh, yeah. And we're 4 weeks in, and part of me is like, what did I just get myself into? But it's amazing. I truly love it.
I was a psych major.
I didn't know that.
I was a psych major. I didn't finish. I wrote a paper that got like an A+, and I kid you not, my first A+ ever in college. It was taking Erik Erikson's 8 Stages of Man and comparing and contrasting them to the chakras.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Loved it. Priscilla says, Melissa's intuitive tapping is
thank you.
Amazing.
Favorite things to do.
I just received my goddess coin from Melissa today. It was abundance.
That's
Awesome. So, guys, do you have questions for us about manifesting, or where do you find yourself stuck?
right.
Oh, here you go. At what age did you know you had a gift, and how did it make you feel? Great question.
Ooh, that's a great question, and I'm sure we have two different answers on that. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first? Wait.
You're the guest. Go ahead, honey.
Okay, so when I first discovered, I was very, very small, but I would not have at that time called it a gift. I thought there was something wrong with me. My first memories of, we could call it sensing energy, seeing departed loved ones, people that had transitioned. I would probably about 3 years old, somewhere in that window, and then shut it down for a little while. But I never considered it a gift because it actually honestly felt like a burden until I understood what it meant. So I really had a lot of struggle for many, many years. It led me down a path of addiction, substance abuse, just really toxic experiences, until I realized it was here to also serve me as much as serving other people, and then turn that around. But it was a pretty young age, and then a block of time, I would say, when I just shut it all down before coming back into trusting it and learning how to hone it from there.
And kind of like you, it started young. As everybody on here knows, usually my parents were 46 and 56 when they adopted me. So I had older parents, which meant I went to more funerals at a young age. And same dream every night or every time. I'm in church. The person that I'm looking for is not in church. The phone rings. That person died.
Wow.
So that's how it happened. And then I remember I was 10 and we were in Florida. And I walked by a woman and I could smell, I'm just going to say I could smell death. It was really weird. Yeah. And I just had a feeling like she was going to die. And I told my mom, like, something bad's going to happen to that lady. I don't know what. She's like, oh, honey, that's okay. Don't, just pray for her. I'm like, okay. And then it stopped. And then it started again in my late 20s. So, yeah. We got a lot of questions, some good ones too. Michelle says, what is intuitive tapping?
Oh, well, so I developed a process. It's based on EFT, which is also called the emotional freedom technique, or tapping, as some people know it. And it's where you'll see people tapping on the various points that correspond with your meridian system. Think of it as like the energetic highway that runs through your body. And we often see this with acupuncture, where they'll use needles in order to open up those meridians to create different opportunities. So sometimes it's pain relief, sometimes it's for greater awareness or connection. So there's all different reasons we would do that. And what we discovered is that you could use your fingertips to tap on the same locations versus having the needles. And what that does is helps to liberate stuck and stored energy within your nervous system. It connects to your subconscious mind and the thoughts, the patterns, the cycles, the beliefs that you hold. And by tapping in a certain rhythm while saying certain words with a very specific intention, that recipe or formula can help people completely transform a pattern. So it's usually something we're not aware of. It's often things that occur between 6 and 12 years old when we're developing our personality. And at that time, we're very fragile and vulnerable, and we might be empathic and not know it, where we take on energy. We might have observed something that impacted us, or we might have felt or witnessed something that impacted us. And so all of these things that happen between that window of time, we respond to differently. And so the intuitive tapping process helps us to hone in on a specific age, emotion that something occurred, a block that it's created in your life, and we release it, but then we rewire the nervous system to create a different result, basically. That's the short version.
That's cool because I don't know, you knew this, that I was a massage therapist, right?
I think I did. I think I did know that. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I feel like I remember that.
So doing massage for 18 years, teaching for 8, doing reflexology, talking about the meridians. I mean, you guys, there's over 250 physical, there's 250 types of body work, 250. It's phenomenal. And how, I always taught that the issues are in the tissues.
That's right.
So super cool. All right. What advice would you give to someone beginning this journey of manifestation or manifesting?
Simplify. Simplify. Don't let it feel complicated. Feel the feelings, focus on an outcome, nurture it, and detach. But keep it simple and see what works for you. Some people love to journal things into being. Some people need to really go within. See what you really connect with on a sensory level. That's guidance for you to kind of show you a direction, but simplify, because a lot of times I feel like we overly complicate it.
And that's great advice too. It's great. And I would say too that when you're beginning this, notice how it feels when you give gratitude each day. When you call in a gratitude or do a gratitude journal, you are then saying, I'm aware of what I'm getting. I'm honoring it. I'm acknowledging it and thanking it, and see how it starts to build. And that's kind of what happened to me. It was just like, what? It was this easy?
Right?
Right? Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Hey, Lee Michael. Lee was on last week with as a little surprise. So so good to see you, my friend. Guys, Lee Michael is also an amazing medium psychic, and Lee and I are going to talk about doing a class sometime together.
Cool.
That would be good, Melissa, not to put you on the spot, but down the road, we should teach sometime.
I would love that. That would be fun.
I think we would laugh a lot.
I think so. We have good synergy. It's fun, and we
That's
complement each other with our information and guidance. I think that would be so fun. I'm in.
Good. Here's one of my favorite people with her beautiful name, Emiliana. I just love the name. I love it. Rita says, wow, I 100% understand, Melissa. I did the same for a really long time, and how I've just about 3 years clean and sober. Excellent. Congratulations, Rita. That's amazing.
Life-changing.
I've done tapping before, but doing it with you and saying words with intention was a bit different. I loved it. It was a great experience. Awesome.
Love that.
Stephanie says, I need help with this. Okay, so Stephanie, let's be a little more specific. What do you want to manifest? Give us something you want to manifest, and how about this? And we will walk you through it. Okay? I'll give you a suggestion. And is this
that's one of my pages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love what you said about gratitude journal, that it starts with awareness of what you're already receiving. Yes, Michelle, so true. It sounds amazing. Hello, Jen. A friend mentioned to me there are two different manifestors. Depends on your birth moon phase and birth time. Is this true? One group has to be more specific and one doesn't.
Is that human design, I wonder? It almost sounds like the manifestors and manifesting generators or something, like a whole other philosophy in human design. Maybe. I'm not sure, but that's...
Yeah. Let us know. So, Stephanie, let us know. And guys, keep the questions coming, because it makes really good dialogue. Dialogue. It makes really good talk. I don't know what I'm talking about. So conversation is what I meant. Looking great on vacation. Thank you. It's the lighting. That's all it is. I can't believe I took my Zoom ring on vacation. It's just the portable one, but I was like, I think I need to take it. So,
it's that schemania glow. That's what
I'm telling you guys, just sitting out here, I'm just going to do it real quick, Melissa. So
yes, please. We need this view. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Guys are gonna come with me. Ready? Come to my window. Okay. And guys, look at this view. How could you not love that view? I mean, it is stunning. I can't tell you. See where the three little trees are? That's there on the bench. It's just amazing. And I can never say this word. What are those chairs called?
Oh, Adirondack chair.
Adirondack. I
I
always
have to
want
close my eyes to say it.
Yeah, Adirondack. Once I say it, I'm fine. But
Yeah.
doing it is a whole different story. Okay, I just dropped something on the floor. And okay, I see what it is. Okay, isn't that a beautiful view? You guys?
Beautiful. Oh, it's so green and lush. And do
I-
you find your intuition and your connection just really increases around nature and water and things like that? Do you feel more in that like zone?
all the time, Melissa. Anytime I'm by water. So where I live, there's a pond with a cute little fountain in the center. But that even helps. But
Right.
here, oh my God, I'm telling you, I'm just like,
You're like you're like nestled by the whole thing.
I just okay, so I'm a Capricorn, and originally the image of the Capricorn was a goat, half a goat, and then a fishtail. So mountains and sea.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
Yep, you're like, I'm in my zone. In the zone.
So Megan, not so jelly. I'm so excited for your lives. I can't wait to be there.
That's right.
Okay, let me get this. Let me move my chair over so we're there in frame. Okay. I've been working on manifestation. A number suddenly appeared in my mind. I kept thinking of this number, and a few days later, I knew why. It was awesome. That's excellent, Karen. Good for you. Oh, Steve, and welcome, Steve. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Nick, good to see you, Nick. Nick's not a stranger to Celebrate Your Life and Sunny Dawn Johnson and everybody else. Where are you? Emiliana, I am in Stevenson, Washington, which is about 40 miles away from Portland, Oregon. And I'm at a beautiful place called Skamania Lodge. It's just, I can't tell you. It just puts a smile on my face like nobody's business.
It's very sacred there. Very sacred there, it feels like.
It is. And they have, if I can find the gosh darn thing, here it is. They have a hiking guide. I didn't know this. Did you know it?
I didn't know. I've gone through the hiking trails around there, but I didn't know they had a guide. I didn't see that.
Look at these.
Oh.
Like they have like 3 different trails. She said the one is a little more strenuous. I'm like, that wouldn't be for me. But
I think I did the strenuous one because I was done when it was over.
Yeah, no. And yes, thank you. And hey, Jean, another manifester. And Jean's actually in the speaker program.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful country up there. Yeah, very different from the palm trees of Florida. That's very true. So, guys, we're talking about manifesting, and we're talking about maybe obstacles that you have of manifesting, or what are you finding that anybody, if somebody wants to, talk about it, or maybe since I got to check. Yeah, we're on our tribe. We're on YouTube and my business page. So we're not on psychic medium, which is how sometimes we get like spammers. Yeah. If you want to come on, if you scroll up, Stephanie did answer you. Yeah, guys, sometimes, do you find that, Melissa, on StreamYard? I miss what people are saying on here.
Yeah, sometimes it skips over comment or they pop in later. It's very interesting. Yeah.
But tapping and releasing, I would love to find out more.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I have a private group too. We do a lot of tapping together in there. We had actually a session today that was really powerful. So you're also welcome to join us in there. It's a free community, and I do a lot of videos so that people can feel it and experience it.
Which is great. I think it's awesome. So guys, if you want to come on camera and join us, and we could talk to you about what is your blocks that you have for manifesting. Now, Priscilla posted this. Priscilla, can you post Melissa's, it's Melissa's name, but just post her website. I watched your session earlier today, Melissa.
Oh, awesome.
I have to tell you, I love this community. I love creating community of like-minded souls so we can come together, educate one another, we grow. It's what it's on my website, Connect, Educate, and Grow. So, okay, here we go. I had a wonderful experience manifesting over the weekend. and got to see what life could be like being positive and happy and being rewarded with what the universe has to offer. That's how do you continue to stay there? That's the challenge. How to continue instead of talk yourself out of it.
That's right.
And there you go. It's Melissa's first name and last name. So awesome. Anybody have any questions on manifesting and what needs to be shifted or where you're finding the challenge? And if you want to come on camera, great. If you don't, no worries. Any advice for manifesting around money? That tends to be a sticky point. Okay, I know that's your jam, Melissa.
Yes. So what I would look at, I go to three things: your body, your breath, and your beliefs. When you think about money, because yes, we want to manifest, we want to call it in, we want to bring it into the experience, but we're going to keep getting more and more of what we're being, what we're feeling, right? So if we lean into the discomfort of what's going on in the body, when we think about money, when we think about not having enough, that's usually the top thing that a lot of people will have, is that feeling of there's not enough. What does that feel like in your system? What does it feel like? Is there sensory information? Do you feel tightness in your chest? Do you feel a knot in your stomach or something else? These are just examples. Most of the time, we will turn away from discomfort and lean towards something that feels better. So we miss the sensory information. And the reason this is so important with manifesting money is because your body is showing you, it's speaking up and saying, hey, you got something to work out here. Because when you think of that thing, you have some resistance there. So there's likely a story. Then what I ask people to do is, and I call this tracing energy. When you think about that physical sensation you have, and you think of that reaction of maybe it's not good enough, not going to have enough, fear, worry, insecurity. How old are you? How old are you in that thought? You're not your present self. I guarantee you it's another part of you showing up that's likely a different age. How old does that version of you feel? Money is a topic that can make us feel very vulnerable. So when we feel vulnerable, we often slip into one of our other parts of self. And it's usually one that is holding this discomfort. And if we can lean into that and understand, okay, I feel like maybe I'm, let's say, 7 or 8. And then going back a little further, we can look at what connections or stories do you have to money, to receiving, for asking for what you want? Were you allowed to ask for what you want? Were you shamed for it? Maybe you had a wonderful, wonderful childhood and didn't have any of those things, but maybe you weren't taught to dream big and to go after your dream. So there's limitless possibilities. It's not one thing that we feel or experience, but we often will override that early sensation. So that's the first thing I look for. Body. And then next is breath. And I'm not going to go into all of these in detail, but I'll just say all you have to do with your breath is notice. Same thing. When I think about money, am I holding? Most people go into a little bit of fight or flight and don't even realize it, which means your nervous system is activated from a story and an old memory, not the truth of who you are in the present moment and what you really want to call in. So you look at your body, you look at your breath, and then what thoughts are you having in that moment? What memories are surfacing? Pay attention to the memories that surface, and they will if you breathe and you slow down and you stay present and like, okay, I really want to understand this block when it comes to money. You'll start to have memories surface and they hold a key for you to explore. So that's the short version, but go to your body, your breath, and your beliefs, and it can start to unwind some of this unconscious programming we have about money so that we can then start to call it in. Otherwise, you call it in and you'll lose it. You won't hold on to it. You'll overspend it. You'll do whatever it takes subconsciously to get back to the comfort zone that you have that's going on underneath the surface.
And that's a really great point that you made. Our already unconscious attitude towards and with money. I remember I was like, what's going on? Like my parents were upper middle class. And after they passed, there was, stuff that happened, whatever, in my life, not because of them, in my life. And I'm like, wait, why am I feeling like I'm struggling constantly? And we did the shamanic work because you knew I did 2-year apprenticeship program in proving shamanism. And in that program, we did something, and I do it on my retreats, about the blueprint that we have. And my birth mother, because I got the blueprints of my adopted parents and of my birth parents, my birth mother always attached to being poor.
Mm. Yeah.
Always. So I had to rewrite that blueprint and like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to be dealing with this. It started to shift little by little, but I had to believe it, feel it, and act into it. Now, Jean, did you want to come on camera? If I see if I see a vision, sometimes it's a stage with me speaking, or an office in the woods, or a life of financial love I can't relate to at this time in my life. What are your suggestions on bringing those visions in spirit, audio confirmations I receive to reality through the big bumps? Jean, you want to come on camera? Let me know. Nick says, how do we come on camera? You can agree. You just have to agree to come on camera. Priscilla answered that. Thanks. And I love what Megan says. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree, whatever. Ching's money comes to me, flowing in so abundantly to the top, to the left, right, and up under me. Yep, you got that right.
That.
Sure. Okay. Lee says, thank you. Jean, come on in. Priscilla, send her the link, please. And we'll talk. Welcome to Melissa and Elias. Here we are. I'm just, I really do. I think the way that you teach, Melissa, and the way that you are with people just make them feel so warm. And I think that's why, your career is so, up. And Nick wants to come on camera too. Okay, great. We'll keep you in the wings. Keep you in the wings. And I sent you the link, my dear. Check your Facebook Messenger. I sent it while Melissa was talking, so I knew what I was doing, because otherwise I'm like, how do you do this?
Right.
Yeah. But I came up with that manifestation equation, and it's fascinating to me how sometimes I have to look back and go, well, hello. Yeah, you taught the class.
Right.
Why don't you follow your own advice, right?
Right. I think it holds us accountable in that energy. I think as teachers and, whatever roles we hold, I think a lot of times, I know it does for me, at least I'll say that I love teaching these things because I'm someone that I really want to walk my talk. And so I'm re-immersing myself in the same energy as I'm sharing, and then getting the reflection from the people, the amazing students and colleagues and people that take the classes and the workshops. As they're reflecting, I'm learning more and deepening that further. So it holds me accountable to be in that same energy and to keep walking that talk. And I think that's so important with what we do.
So important. And, here's the thing. If my parents were still alive, I know that I wouldn't be able to be as vulnerable.
Right.
Because, good people don't share this. Don't make yourself look weak. Good people. So it was always about that dialogue that I had. And I had to say, okay, if I'm, facilitating a retreat, if I'm not vulnerable, these people are not going to do it.
That's right. You go first, they follow,
Okay. Send to Jean's Messenger. Awesome. Amber. Hi, Amber. Oh, yes. Accountability to the message we deliver. Amen to that, sister. How do you keep the manifesting mindset when dealing with loss and trying to get some sense of normalcy back? I know I have the tools, but I'm having a hard time. Oh, Jean's, can we go back to Lindsay in a second? Okay. We'll come back to you. Okay. Okay. Jean, you ready? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that, okay, here we go. I love doing this. It's so cool.
Fun.
There she is.
Hi. Cool. Oh, wait. Do I have to turn off the other Facebook?
No.
Hold on. Let me try this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
I can hear myself too.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I was hearing the other background of the face of what was going on the other page. Like, it was weird. Okay. Hi.
Hi. So let's talk about your situation.
Question? Sure. Yeah. So I have, when I sit and visualize for myself, what's for my future, or what where's my purpose or where am I going? Sometimes some visions will pop in that are really surprising to me, which are really great and awesome. What did I do with my glasses? I'm sorry, I can't see you. But there we go. Okay. And
with their glasses.
love it. So sometimes I'll see, a vision that I've had before, or maybe it'll shift a little bit where it's like I have this office that's in the woods or like in beautiful scenery, or I'm speaking on stage, or I'm living a life of this. I won't even call it financial freedom because it's a level that I can't even picture, right? Because I've never experienced it before. So it's a level that I don't even know what it feels like or to how to get there. And sometimes I'll hit these bottoms, right? Where I feel like, what the F am I doing? Like I get, drained, depleted, deflated, whatever you want to call it. But I know that that's there, and I feel these kind of blocks or these hurdles or these bumps. And I know there's lessons in that, but how to stay on track maybe when we're feeling, or keep that manifestation going when we might be feeling like giving up, or like I feel like I'm getting there and then I'm always coming back, and then I feel like I'm getting closer but I'm always coming back. And I know because of the work that I do that there's something there, right, that needs to be healed or worked on or released somewhere in there. But as far as just keeping going and keeping that motivation going with the manifestation part, do you have any suggestions on that?
Oops. That's fine.
I love this. I love this. Yeah, it does. And first of all, I just want to say, like, in my life experience, I have those same experiences. So even though we do this work and, I certainly have lows, I have days I wake up and go, what the am I doing here? Like, what is this? What is my business? What am I really doing? And then when I come back into my state of alignment, it's like, of course, this is what it is. Of course, but we slip into that. I do a couple things. I think that it's helpful when you're feeling in alignment and you're feeling good to take note of what helps you stay there. Because when we slip out of that, we're using such a different part of our brain that we literally can forget our tools. We can literally forget to do the things that help us. We'll forget to take the hot bath. We'll forget to do the journaling, the meditation, or we just won't feel like it. So for me, it's reminding myself when I'm feeling good, I have a list. And I did this for my clients when I started working with them for like long-term clients. I had them write their top 10 things they'll do when they slip out of alignment to help them. Because when you are out of that, it's hard to think your way back into it. So I feel like part of it is honoring the fact that you're feeling the low, that you're the human, right? In that contrast, part of it is acknowledging and not trying to get right back into alignment, because there is something it's showing you and teaching you. But I feel like by having access to these tools or things that work, I feel like it can shorten the gap in how long we're there. Does that make sense? Like instead of weeks, now maybe it's 3 hours or 3 days, but that feels really, really important, is to come back to that. The other thing I heard, is it okay for me to share what I heard? Like the intuitive?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just like to ask, because I know some people are like, yes, please. And others like, yeah. One of the things I just heard is to give yourself permission to let it get really good. You don't need to have the experience that you're trying to call in order to call it in. Some people do. Some people need to feel it. They need to have a sense of evidence of what it is. You're a powerful manifester. For you, I feel like it's more giving yourself permission. Because I would wonder if there wasn't a little bit of a fear of feeling really alone in it. So I feel like there might be a little something around a loneliness piece of, if I have this, what will change in my life? I don't know if that resonates, but that's what I would consider working with.
Yeah, the loneliness is actually now. So that makes sense. And kind of getting there and feeling alone along the way, right? And not feeling like, having that, support in certain ways, and when I hit those lows, it's like, I just want someone to take care of me. It's like, It's like that childlike piece. So that makes sense. for sure. And, you know, calling it in and just being, I loved what you said about not needing the experience, because the life will tell you, and is that I feel like what is my limitation for myself is that I need clarity and some structure in what I'm offering. And I need that for me, not for everyone else. So letting that go, and just letting it be like you said.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
find
like
other ways. You can find other ways to bring that in, that structure, that clarity, without it inhibiting your process so that you still feel safe. Because that's
Right.
important too, to feel safe in it. Otherwise, we subconsciously will reject different things and experiences because a part of us is trying to find our footing. You know, even if our conscious mind is like, I'm safe, everything's great, I trust the universe, my guides, all the things I believe in. But that little girl, she doesn't have the tools, the resources that your adult conscious self has. So it's almost like bridging the gap in that way of working with that inner child to help her feel safe, to get to arrive to where you are today. That almost feels like a little bit of a piece of that loneliness too, is probably some experiences you had as in childhood that I would say there's some overlapping of layers is what it feels like.
And I know when you speak to other people, you know, oftentimes it can be a message for many people. And what you said about the financial piece about, and I always felt like I grew up in a really happy household. I mean, we didn't have a lot, and that actually feels like a big piece for me that I'm going to take away tonight, that I never really acknowledged or saw before, which is when I would ask for something, they didn't have it. And so they had to find a way. And so that's kind of where I'm at now, because I went from a corporate position where I was earning, you know, a steady income to a full-time coaching business where it's, you know,
It's different.
me and not having that and having to figure it out and moving beyond that, not having enough or figuring it out and going to the I have and going beyond that. So thank you for bringing that up. That was super helpful for me. So thank you.
You guys also, just to, you know, I mean, not because she's just a friend, because she's an awesome person. You know, go back and watch Jean and I talk about stuff too. So Jean's got a lot of, you know, here's the important piece. Even us, we get stuck. We can get stuck. And that's the lesson. And Gina, I'm going to say for you, go back and watch Intisar's talk with me. And the only reason I remember this is because it was St. Patrick's Day. Go on March 17th, and Melissa will know what I'm talking about. She does a lot of Gestalt type of therapy, and there is talking about to you, anybody, actually, not just Jean, but to talk to yourself about those pieces of self. And she gives a really great piece of advice. So there's something in there for you.
Yeah. And when you were talking about like the ages and asking how old they are, and those are things I do with people, and just not remembering to do that with me. Like, how old am I, and what part of me needs to be integrated and healed, and doing that work. So thank you. It's been a wonderful time here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for being on here. I love hearing it now. Okay, talk to you later.
That was so fun. I love
that. Fun to do that. Yeah. So I just want to be aware of your time. We have a couple questions. Do you have a little time?
I'm totally
not going anywhere.
You got me while you're in Scamania. I'm staying here.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. I had such a delicious salad for lunch. I can't even say it. So good. Okay. Blah blah. Okay, Lindsay. So we got to go back to this. So Lindsay, quite recently lost her father. Before that, a couple months before that, lost her grandmother. So how do you keep the manifest mindset when dealing with loss and trying to get some sense of normalcy back? I know I have the tools, but I'm having a hard time using them.
I feel that. I feel that in my heart. And what comes to me, like, it's so interesting because I would have so many different answers depending on the person asking this question. So this feels very specific to her. it almost feels like, have you ever had an experience where you worried about something? Let's say you're about to go on a trip. And this happens a lot for people that have a business or have to figure things out before they go away or handle something. And sometimes we have this tension or this stress. And when we let go of that tension or that stress and we finally end up in the vacation or in the space that we're in, and there's this relaxation that starts to sit in, all of a sudden these interesting things bubble up. It's like all of a sudden a client reaches out or unexpected money comes in, or these different things happen because we're in this state of being in relaxation. Now, I know that sounds very different, but here's where I'm going to kind of flip this to show you through the lens of loss. Grief, I feel like, has a similar thing where it calls all of us into it. Loss can really take all of our energy. And I don't mean that in a way of I just mean that it's such a, depending on how we're moving through it at our own pace, right? Because that looks different for each of us. It's really important to honor that process. And if you can think about how supported and guided and loved and held you are in your state of grief by what you may or may not be able to see or sense or know around you, it's very similar to when we get into a state of surrender or letting go and trusting that process. I feel like that's sort of like the precursor to finding the normalcy, because the normalcy is going to be different for each of us too. But I feel like if you can surrender into that process of what that is for you, you don't have to sacrifice one or the other, because I do feel like it's a messy, bumpy ride for us, right? Grief and loss. One moment you feel like you're getting back on track, and then the next day all of a sudden it hits you again like a wave when you're not expecting it. And I feel like you know this already, but being really gentle and spacious with yourself as you're navigating that, I feel like that's going to help find that normalcy a bit sooner than if we try to bring attention to focusing on something to feel better. So there's this balance between really allowing yourself to move through the grief and knowing you're being held in other ways. That feels so important. And I don't know exactly what that means to you. I have a sense that it will mean something different to you. But what does that held mean? Is it by your higher self? Is it soul, spirit, God, source, whatever you believe in? I feel like you're truly being held in that sense where you can relax a little bit into this grieving process so it won't feel as daunting at times. And I do think you are starting to get back on track, but maybe it's also working with releasing the mind of it having to look a certain way. And I think that too might give you some spaciousness. And it's okay for you to have joy in your life. I feel like sometimes that's hard when we have grief and there's joy. It's not a good or better than, right? It's a part of life. But sometimes the vibrational state of joy, when we start to lift up into that, we might have some guilt around that. So that comes to me of giving yourself permission to access joy in different forms. And that if there's a wave of grief that comes through, you can be with that too. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be, I'm experiencing joy and a wave of grief. And that just feels purposeful to help you kind of just thinking of these things as waves of emotion versus I'm here and I want to get over there. I feel like you're farther along than it feels, but when we're in it, we can't always see that. So that's what just came to me. I hope that made sense. Sometimes I'm like, you know.
No, and I'm smirking because I'm watching this. Because I do the same thing. I always look to the side or I look here, and I just love
accessing.
Love it, love it, love it. So thank you, Lindsay. That's great. Megan says, here's another one for you. It's fun to snap your fingers to. Okay. Wait, I'm money. Money flowing in and out, plus money saved. All that this paid. Okay. I can't
so good. Your people are amazing. This is so fun.
This is a wonderful talk. Thank you both. Thank you.
Rachel.
Great question, Lindsay. Okay, we got this. This is awesome because have those. Yes, I love having people in the audience with me. Wonderful questions. Thank you. Great advice. Thank you. Late to the party. Sounds like I missed most of a great presentation. It is. All guys, any of my videos, all you need to do is go on the business page and just scroll down on the videos. It's there. I'm starting to put these on YouTube, so it automatically is on YouTube now. I don't understand all of YouTube, so that's something that I would love
I
to
can
talk.
help you with that.
I love to talk about some high-tech stuff with you, Melissa. 'Cause over. Oh my God, yes, totally was totally out of alignment in my mind when tools with tools. Yes, so true, Amber. So true. Jalissa, good evening. Love this talk. Thank you for the abundant knowledge. I'm a pediatric physical therapist, just accepting I'm an empath. Good for you. Shh. At 52, I know, I get it. I get it. But I can use manifestation to calm my irritable baby clients, sensory overload babies. I think that's awesome. I use firming, calming touch, humming, any other suggestions. Oh, there's so much. Here's the thing. As a massage therapist, I could tell you that doing a little a tummy wave, and that helps. There's something that we do that it circles, and you start from the outside, and you circle in very, very gently with the baby, and it increases peristalsis. Peristalsis is the wave-like movement that helps things come out. So that is also helpful. But also, anything you guys want to do, even if you touch the little toes, you touch the little fingers, you touch the little head, it's about the intention.
That's right.
I don't care if you're not going to do this. Don't do this, by the way, to a baby. But if you did and your intention was, yeah, it's the only tools I've got here, Melissa. Normally I'd have something else, but if you did that with the intention of healing, where intention goes, energy flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. So, and Robin's not on here because she always types it up for me. So it's really great. So I hope that helps. Oh, we've got lots more. Oh my gosh, hang on. Yes, Jean. Priscilla's saying yes to you, Jean. I resonate with all of this. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Nita, yep, thank you. Hey, Rose. I resonate with Lindsay. My sister passed a month ago, and I'm having a hard time now. Rose, my heart goes out to you, my friend. I know I would return to connection with things I used to do in love. Right now, I'm just allowing myself to heal. And that's important. You guys, it never changes. I mean, April 9th was my mom's 21st year. And because I'm single again now, and because it's just me and the dogs, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Right.
All depends. Here we go. Okay, that's it. That's my block. Excellent. A state of surrender. I love this. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Thank you. I think this is one of the best sessions I've attended since I joined your community. Excellent, man. Because we got a really good people. Here's the thing, guys. If you look at all of the talks, I try and make them all, I do my best to try and all flow so there's a theme. And each one builds on the next one. And it's really, I'm so grateful for all the wonderful people that I get to meet in here. So thank you, Priscilla. Yep. Yes, thank you. I'm getting back to a schedule and I don't feel so now. I feel like I've told myself the same thing you just said, but it feels better to hear it from someone else. I just need to give myself a break and deal with everything. Yes.
Yeah, that'll lessen that resistance. That will lessen that resistance if you just, all right, I'm going to give myself permission to be with this. There's something that happens where we don't even realize parts of us are holding, and that's a gift that you can give yourself. Just that state of surrender, that letting go, and trust that you will be, everything will come in. You're being held. I keep hearing that. I still don't even know exactly what that means to each person, but I keep hearing you're being held during this time. So trust that.
Wow, you didn't pack your tools. I do have my book. Actually, I gave the sales manager, somebody else in one of the other managers, and then the group sales manager, I gave them all an autographed copy of the book because they were so nice last time that we were here. I love it here. I just absolutely love it here. It's a different, not that I didn't like the Enchanted Resort in Sedona. Beautiful.
Different vibe.
It's just a different vibe. It's just, this feels more homier. That felt more like, expanded in a way because of the desert, because of the mountain, because we had to take the little golf carts everywhere. That was so much fun.
And the wild pigs everywhere. The Halloween.
I know. I was like, what the hell's that?
Did you ever hear John Holland tell that story of?
No.
Oh my God! I'll have to tell you that song. It's a long story, but it's so funny. It's hilarious.
Let's see. Is Melissa an author?
Mm-hmm. I am. I have a book called Nudges from Your Spirit.
Available on
Amazon.
We just had to get that plug in. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I need to watch and join the Slow. Thank you both. You're welcome. Thank you. Learning so much. Awesome. And here we go, Melissa. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Nick, are you still on? Did you want to be on? I want one of the desserts so bad. So I'm going to ask when my cheat date is, but it's between the dessert and that amazing oatmeal pancake with the blueberry compote.
Ooh, I didn't have that while I was there. But we had the little lava cake things. Is that what you're talking about? The desserts?
Oh,
yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, Nick. Nick, I'm going to post it on here because I don't think Priscilla has you on here, but I'm just going to post. So we'll just bring Nick on, guys. So Nick will be the last one on. And I'm doing edit. This is what I do all day, guys. I talk out to myself. I go edit, paste, copy,
upload, publish,
and then I hit there. There we go. Oh, okay. There you go. There you go, Nick. Was wondering if you were on and heard Lindsay's question. Mary, glad to see you. Oh, good. Excellent. New comments. Oh no, this is just me. I'm like, new comments? No, that's me. Oh Lord. And I need to take, and that's another thing. I need to take, everyone is like, Elias, you need to smile in your next picture. I'm like, I know, but this picture was literally, it was me smizing from the sun, and I took it with a selfie.
Oh my gosh, that's an amazing picture too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she touched it up that much. I don't think she did. Because somebody's like, well, you blow it up. I'm like, and your wrinkles. I go, okay, if I do this, but this forehead is the same as that forehead.
It's interesting what we see.
Thank you for saying with such intention. And bring excellent. I love that, Jean. I love that. Excellent. Oh, thank you. You two are a great pair. Thank you.
So fun.
She's like a big sister. I have to tell you that. Even though I'm younger, she's like really knows her stuff. And here's something I was going to say, guys. Remember, with manifesting, instead, I see you, Nick. In manifesting, remember, instead of the F you, think of it as the thank you. Take the F you and make it a thank you. That will shift. Okay. Here we go. Hi.
Hi. So do I click out of Facebook to stop the reverb?
Poll your audience. I have no idea. Melissa would know. I have no
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. There we go. So I just clicked out of Facebook and it stopped the double thing.
Hi. What's up?
Hi. I've never done this before.
How can we help you, Paul? Please hold Paul.
All right. So this is what's coming to mind is, so basically we're connected through Sunny. And so the whole idea back when the whole COVID thing started was basically she followed her spiritual guidance and created this whole thing. And then she had both of you on. And so now we can know you through her and now together here. Right. And so anyway, I just want to pull that full circle. And so the idea seems to be like with regards to manifesting, right? Here's this terrible situation, right? With the COVID and all that. And then basically let's turn it around and turn it into an opportunity, right? And so, I just want to give a shout out to Sunny for bringing us all together. So thank you.
I love that. Yes, turning around. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. So, I mean, you have no idea how much this means to me because it's just been a very hard year for everyone. and I don't want to cry, but I'm just going to say, how powerful that is that she created that space, and here we are. Yes.
That's
It is
true.
powerful. We need this.
And
We need
Yes.
this. We have to find connection in
Yes.
ways where we didn't have that avenue or that door open anymore. Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you. And ironically, I'm not a computer person, but here we are. And, basically Spirit's asking us to step forward in multiple ways, and this is one of them.
Amen. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And so I'm so glad she could highlight both of you on her show.
Oh,
Yes.
Me too. What a blessing.
Okay, but then can I do a sidebar?
Go on.
Okay. So back in like the middle of winter, here it is in Pennsylvania, all dark and cold, and Elias has like this contest where you have to like answer questions and you get prizes, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'll try, but who knows? Like he wants to know what's the name of my dogs and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know. And so, but anyway, but one time he asked a question where I had tuned in before and I knew the answer. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to answer and see if he picks me. And then he picked me. And then there's like this big wait because he was going to send me this book. Something happened. I don't know what, but I just trusted the process. I said, okay, it'll happen. and so anyway, basically Elias and I had this whole back and forth on Messenger. He finally sent me the book, and to my surprise, he sent me a copy of his book, right? And so anyway, I just finished reading it yesterday, but what I'm going to tap into here is one of the main themes of this book, right, is basically take a chance, okay? And something about that really resonated with me because even for a more quote unquote advanced person, it's hard to take a chance sometimes. Like you're saying, like even quote unquote us, we get stuck. It's the same idea, right? And so anyway, what I'm getting at is take a chance. So today there was this spiritual bookstore type thing near where I work, and it's always been there, but I was just like, yeah, whatever. But then today I'm like, okay, Nick, take a chance. Like, come on, here we go. Life's calling you. And so anyway, I took a chance, and then I ended up buying a book and connecting to the people. And then that inspired me to take a different way home, which I never do. But I thought, well, okay, I already took a chance. Let me take another chance, right? Got it? And then as I did that, I'm like, well, there must be something to this. I'm taking a chance. Okay, just pay attention. Right, and then suddenly, like the sunlight, like burst through the clouds. We had snow today, of all things. It burst through the clouds, and then suddenly, like everyth's lit up in like this like pink golden glow. It was spectacular. And I just thought to myself, okay, Nick, this is it. Pay attention, right? And I can't tell you how much just doing all that kind of changed my day. Is what I'm trying to say here. And otherwise, I probably would not have said like, okay, Nick, just take a chance and get on this thing and be on the video and talk to these guys. Do you know what I'm saying? I kept it going. You got it. Kept it going. Beautiful. So you so get this. So thank you both so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And real quick, Nick, so everybody listening. So this is what happened, Melissa. I had this contest in December. Okay. I ordered sweaters for Harry and Willow in November. I still have not gotten Harry's sweater. I got Willow's sweater in February. My cousin ordered a book for her friend, sent to her, my cousin. She still hasn't gotten yet. So everybody in Sterling, I don't know if there was something with the post office, but this one gentleman that I know from where I live, he said, yeah, I sent my dad the local paper. He lives in Arizona. November 15th was the date. He just got the paper April 1st.
Wow.
So what I did was, because I felt, here I am, business person. Oh my God, the Greek guilt kicked in. So I purchased all these other stuff that I'm like, I'm just going to resend it. And I send one thing a week to see if they get it or not. So there's a few of you that are watching that should be getting something next week and the following week. So, it's so embarrassing, but I sent it on media mail, and I lesson learned. So, Anyway, it's I think COVID switched so much stuff up in the mail department, and I did get 2 things back that were ripped, and one of my sprays, and the spray was all emptied, and I even bubbled it, so I don't know what happened. So anyway, look who it is. Oh my God. Thanks, Nick, for being on. I just want to
Thank you both.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And
that's so good. Take a chance. Take a chance. What a great message.
Who it is?
Danielle! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
I think it's her birthday. Is it her birthday today? Something popped up. I think it's Danielle's birthday today.
Yesterday or today? I'm not sure. I think it's today. I think it is today. Because I said happy birthday to you, but it was airplane. Look where I am. Everybody, wait. We'll do it one more time. Those of you that are still watching, yeah, that's the room. Danielle, look where I'm at. Look where I'm at. Everybody, ready? Here it is. Look where I'm at.
Look at that.
At Scamania.
It's so beautiful.
So, and I can look.
Water. You can see the water over the trees.
The mountains are just amazing. Amazing. Okay. Sitting on an airplane, though, for 5 hours or 4 hours. That was okay. Yes, it is today. And happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danielle. Happy birthday to you. Miss you, my friend. Scamania. Yeah. Do you know that Cammie, my friend Cammie, that you took a picture of?
Mm-hmm.
We made songs up for Scamania.
Really?
We're like, we love you, Scamania. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Scamania. And we'll be true. When you're not near us, we're blue. Oh, Scamania, we love you. I mean, we just did it just like crazy.
Like spontaneous songs. Spontaneous songs with Elias.
Yes.
Like an after school special type thing.
Yes. I can't wait to be there. I know.
I
Next
love it.
time in your life, Rachel, just go. I mean, don't even think about it. Take a chance.
Take a chance.
Okay. And again, here's Melissa's thing. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. And there's this. And then here's your on Amazon.
Oh, my book. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you, Nick. Beautiful. Awesome. Melissa's book. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Kathleen. Also, this community amazes me. It just amazes me. Take a chance. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Melissa, thank you for being here longer. Any parting wisdom words or anything that you would like to share?
Sure. I do have something that came to me. Normalize your desire. Earlier, it might have been Jean, we were talking about levels, like, having something happen and occur and wanting something and it being in a different level because we haven't experienced that yet. So one of the things that works for me is to take it down a notch. So I feel like it's on even playing field. So it doesn't feel big. If the manifestation feels really big, it's likely going to trigger us. But if we can normalize it and make it feel like, no big thing, of course I'll get that, right? Like just super easy, and train our nervous system and our mind to respond to that desire. So if it's a piece of cake, you'll actually do such a world of difference in bringing yourself closer to it versus this feels really big. It's going to be really challenging. It's so far away, or it's a lot of money or a bigger house or whatever it is. Normalize it, break it down, make it smaller in your mind, which will make it feel more attainable in your body too. That's what came to me.
Awesome. Well, guys, first of all, Melissa, thank you. And just hold a thought after we're done here. I want to say thank you to all of you being open. That is the big part of manifesting, is being open. Coming on here, watching us, listening to us, connecting to that vibration of springing into action. That's a really important piece. Priscilla, can you tell everybody who's coming next week? Next week, I believe it's she's a personal success coach.
Ooh.
Her name is Esther. I have to look at it. The last name, I always have to look at it because I don't want to mess up her name. Her first name is Esther. She's lovely. And thank you both for your time. Check it down so it's not overwhelming. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. you are just a joy. I hope you'd love to come back again. I love
Anytime. Ah, so much fun. I could spend so much time with you and just laugh and like, oh, have so much fun. And you have a beautiful community, Elias, and that's because you're an amazing person and you are a part of that community. You've set the tone for what you want to experience, and you do have some absolutely lovely, amazing people. So thank you for allowing me to be here and to share with you too.
Thank you. And here it is. Thank you. Esther Spitalnik. See, I can say it. And look at this. Normalize your desire. Brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you both. This is very helpful. Love the crystals behind me. I know. I've been looking at those too.
It's over that way.
Awesome. They're just awesome. We have. That's yes. And hi you two. Hi everyone. Sorry I missed tonight. Peace to all. Deb, just watch the replay, honey. Just watch the replay. You're welcome, Connie. So yes, that please, if you guys have not listened to Coffee and Cards with Melissa, you can do that and go favorite her on Facebook. Learn about her. Join her. So thanks, guys. So I'm going to end like I always end. We are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate one another. And when we educate one another, we grow. There's unity in community. There's a beautiful saying in the Mapuche tribe from Chile. They say, your healing is my healing. Mm-hmm. Thank you all. Thank you, Melissa. And guys, take a chance. Just take a chance and let it grow. All right, everyone. Hi, Kylie. Watch the replay, my friend in Australia. Hope you're doing well, and we will talk soon. Take care, everyone.